What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I thought I would share with you guys some really easy date night recipes that pretty much anyone can do. A lot of it can be put together in literally under 30 minutes. And at the same time, it can make you look like a total pro in the kitchen, even though it really doesn't take that much effort. So a lot of these recipes are vegan friendly. If you aren't vegan, I would totally encourage that you actually try these with vegan alternatives. You'll be so shook to find like there's literally no difference. I know I've been going plant-based for a while. I'm not 100% vegan, but I do incorporate a lot of plant-based stuff in my diet. It's just, you know, you guys know this feels better for the environment, it's better for everything, and you're just leaving like a smaller carbon footprint, so why the heck not? And everything still tastes the same. So, and if you guys try any of these recipes, do not forget to share them down in the comments below. And yeah, let's get into it.
So for the first recipe, we're going to be making a tomato and basil bruschetta. The quality of ingredients is really important for this one, so make sure you have really good olive oil, some fresh basil, fresh baguette as well. So if you could get those the day before, that would make this recipe 10 times better. So at this point, I've already preheated the oven to about 350 degrees. So I'm going to slice up the baguette to really 1/4 inch slices and just brush some olive oil on top just so that they can get ready to really crisp up and get toasty in the oven. So now I'm just going to dice up the rest of the tomato basil ingredients. So that's just dicing the tomatoes and just making sure that they're an appropriate size to fit on every single crostini. I'm also going to take some basil leaves and kind of roll them up. There's a fancy word for this. I don't remember. I think it's like chiffonade or something. I don't know. But yeah, so basically we're just going to cut them really thinly so that they can all mix up pretty well in the bowl. So I've already started to assemble all the ingredients in a bowl. I'm just going to take some freshly pressed garlic. I love garlic a lot, but you have to be really careful with how much you add just because it does get stronger over time. So yeah, I'm just going to add a little bit. And then I go in and just add really about maybe 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a little bit more if you want. At this point, the crostinis are toasted and I took them out and spread some cream cheese on top. You can do that, or if you want, you can just make them plain and just add the bruschetta on top. It's still pretty good. And yeah, we're just gonna do that for the rest of them. Gonna drizzle some balsamic glaze. I think this makes the crostini so much better just because it adds like a really sweet and tart taste to it. And yeah, that's about it. So some tomato and basil bruschetta with a balsamic glaze on top. So for our potatoes recipe, I'm just going to take some russet potato and make sure they're thoroughly washed. So I'm going to be using my Instant Pot, which I have been loving, you guys. It has made cooking so much easier. The instructions on how to use this will be at the bottom below, but really it's pretty simple. All I do is just place the potatoes on top of the trivet and just add cold water and then place the cover on top and set it for 12 minutes and really just let the Instant Pot do its thing. So while that's cooking, I'm just going to get started on making the mushroom sauce. I'm going to need portobello mushrooms, some butter, and really if you have different types of mushrooms, it's really actually way better to kind of mix them up. So we're just going to take a pan and just put it over medium heat and add some butter. So mushrooms actually do take a lot of oil, so I'm just going to add in some olive oil kind of to just balance it out. But if you want to add butter, that's all up to you. Go in. Gonna add in the shallots and kind of just fry them until they're translucent. And when that happens, I'm just gonna throw in the garlic and just kind of fry everything together until it's all super fragrant. Like, this is one of the best smells in the world in my opinion. So when everything's smelling good, I'm just gonna add in the mushrooms and just kind of mix it all together. I'm just gonna throw in my seasonings, just a little bit of thyme and some salt and pepper, and then just stir it all together. After everything's mixed in, I'm just going to go in and add some all-purpose flour just so that we can make the sauce extremely creamy without adding cream or milk or any of that. So yeah, this is really the trick into making it creamy without adding in milk. So I'm going to take some almond milk, and this is unsweetened, and just pour it over the mushrooms. At this point, I'm also going to add in some stock. You can choose to use chicken or veggie stock, whatever your preference is, just so that it can kind of deepen the flavor. The sauce is going to get really thick, so the key here is not to overdo it. So it's really easy to get a thin mushroom sauce, so what I do is just kind of add a little bit at a time. So this is pretty much a good consistency, especially because it thickens up when it cools. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it there to simmer a little bit more and then just turn it off. So at this point, the potatoes are pretty much done. So I'm just going to put them on a baking sheet and spray some olive oil spray, or really if you don't have the spray, you can just coat olive oil on it. So I try to be extremely generous with the salt and pepper just because potatoes can get really bland, especially when they're baked. So yeah, just go all in on the salt and pepper. Trust me, it will be a lifesaver. After that's done, we're just going to place them in the oven just to crisp up for about 5 minutes. So now we're just going to take our crispy potato and just slice them up in half. And it's also important that once you slice them up that you just season it with salt and pepper, because yeah, potatoes can get a little bland like I said. And yeah, now for the best part, we're just going to take our creamy mushroom sauce and just slide that into the middle, and then just garnish it with parsley and red pepper flakes. And that's about it, our potatoes stuffed with our mushroom sauce. So for dessert, this is actually the easiest part because everything was pretty much store-bought. So a lot of these are vegan ingredients. These are things that I've been loving of late. So yeah, we're just going to take up some strawberries and kind of just slice them. So now it's really just assembling the glass. So I'm just going to take my brownies and chocolate cookies and kind of place them at the bottom, and then add in some strawberries on top. And then we're going to go in and add some ice cream, really up to the flavor of your choice. I was kind of going for something more chocolatey, so I went for the chocolate brownie ice cream. And then we're pretty much going to just assemble it like we did before. Add in the brownies, the strawberries, and some Cocoa Whip, which is such an amazing alternative to whipped cream. It does get a little bit messy, but we'll clean that up using a paper towel with just a little bit of water. And yeah, I'm just going to garnish it with a strawberry and add some cocoa nibs, which is a superfood, and voila, we are done.
These are it for the recipes. I hope you guys enjoyed and will try some of these. Do a self-care day, make these, whatever. Like, these are really awesome recipes that I love, and I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Bye!